I am back with another video on parents and grandparents PR program in 2021. In today's video, you will get all the answers to most asked questions since November 26th about parents and grandparents program. If you are interested, stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome to Canadian Charisma. Hope you all doing great and staying safe. If you are new here, I provide information and free advice about Canadian immigration and help people to apply for Canada PR, which can save them a lot of money. Without a further delay, let's start today's video. First question is, I haven't uploaded the document checklist form 5771. Is this compulsory? Can I submit this form by web form or is it too late? Yes, it does not hurt to try it by web form, but it depends on the IRCC officer that how they will take it. Most likely it will be fine and they will ask you to submit the checklist. First, you can submit it by the web form and submit it again if they ask for it. Next question is, what can I do? My mother has two names on legal papers. On my birth certificate, she used last name, and other documents there is no last name, only first name. Is affidavit fine, or what else I can do? You can use her recent name everywhere and just write her old name like first name and last name where they ask have you ever used another name. Then just put an affidavit with all the explanation like why she does not have that last name on recent documents. Next question is, in addition to file IMM 0008, 5669 and 5406 as a dependent for my father, even though he is not immigrating to Canada, do I also need to file travel history IMM 5562 as well? And how they would know that the dependent, my father, is not applying for the sponsorship, so they don't question why I paid for only one person's sponsorship. Only your mom needs to fill out the form IMM 5562 and your father's information will go in question 2B, the spouse section. Also, you will fill out only one IMM 0008 which is for your mom, and your dad will get added as a dependent in IMM 0008. IMM 5669 and IMM 5406 need to fill out separately for both. Like you're gonna fill out two IMM 5669, one for mom, one for dad, and same for IMM 5406, one for mom and one for dad. You need to fill out two separate forms for both of them. So when you will add your dad's information, like here you start the adding information about dependent. When you start adding your dad's information in your mom's form IMM 008, in question number 11 here it asks, will accompanying principal applicant to Canada? Here you need to say no and write here reason that why he does not want to come to Canada and why he is not accompanying the principal applicant. So that's how they will know that you are not paying the fees for the dad because he is not applying for Canadian PR. Next question is, what can I use if I do not have a birth certificate to show a relationship to parents, like sponsor relationship to parents? You can use the last page of your passport if it has your parents' name on it. If that is not possible, then you can use your matrix mark sheet if it has the parents' name on it. Otherwise, provide an affidavit and explain properly that why you do not have the birth certificate. Next question is, how to apply photos to the PGP program. The photo requirement says front and back. So should we upload two photos for each individual, or can we add the front and back photo of a one person in a Word file and then upload them as a single document? You can upload them either way. If you are comfortable with combining, you can do it that way, combine them in one document and submit that way. Or if you want to upload front and back to separate for each photo, like in that way, if you're applying for both parents, you're gonna upload two photos for the mother and two photos for the father, front and back for one person. So you can do it that way. So it does not matter, you can upload it either way. Your file size should not exceed more than 4 MB. Next question is, we do not know the address of the child of the applicant for IMM 5406. I just know the city. What we can write in there? Just write the city, state and country. Then attach an explanation letter that why you do not have your child information. Next question is how to write a letter of explanation, to whom it should be addressed. Just explain your situation in very simple words. You don't need to write any fancy explanation letter. Just explain whatever you want to explain in very simple words, and it will address to the IRCC. You can write the IRCC and that's it, and then you can explain your situation. Next question is I got chosen to sponsor my parents. Should I include my wife as co-sponsor? Even she will be applying for her parents next year. It is totally up to you. So what is the benefit of this co-sponsor or co-signing? In case if your income will get less while processing your parents' application, it can affect the application. But if you have a co-signer, then both incomes will combine and you will not have that risk. So problem is that like they ask for 2018, 2019, 2020 income, what they gonna check 2021 income, and as long as your file will be in processing, they can check your income anytime. So that's why your income should stay good to get the file application processed and done. So same you can also co-sign for her parents when she will apply. So if you are both co-signing each other, it will not make any difference to her parents' application because you guys will be a combined family. Next question is, can we submit the application online only, or do we also need to mail a physical copy of the application to IRCC in Canada? You just need to submit the application online only. There's no need to send the physical copy. Submit your application online and then wait for IRCC response. What they want, if they need something next, they will ask you and they will instruct you that how to do that, online or paper. Next question is for form IMM 1344 and 5768. Is it alright if it's signed by hand but dated digitally? Yes, you can do it that way, but make sure you sign it by hand. So if you can date it by hand, it's fine. If you can't, you can do it digitally, but it should get signed by hand only. The next question is, if a family size is 4, one parent deceased in 2021, will family size will be decreased to 3, or do we have to mention family size as a 4? Unfortunately, your family size will be decreased to 3. Next question is, do both the parents have to create separate permanent residence portal account and apply separately? They need to create only one account and apply together in one application. One parent will be the principal applicant and the other will be the dependent. You can go back and watch my videos. There is number on the videos, number 1 video, number 2 video, number 3 video. I already explained in detail if you need that information. Next question is, does a police officer need to fill up details of military service IMM 5546? No, he does not need to fill out IMM 5546. Next question is, if I forgot to mention my rental income of around $1,000 in financial form, will they consider the application incomplete? I gave them consent to check with CRA. So you should not worry. They will not reject your application for that reason. They will not consider it incomplete. They can ask you to clarify the difference between notice of assessment and your information. Once you get your application confirmation, you can update it with an explanation letter that you forgot about that and now you want to make it right. Next question is, I submitted the file on 1st November. When can I expect the result? So I can't say anything about it because of COVID. There is a backlog, so it can take longer than usual to process the applications, and they already told us that it can take 12 to 24 months to clear these applications. Next question is, what to put on the box, question number 13, if you tick unemployment. I have currently unemployed, taking care of my 1-year-old and 6-year-old, and my husband is co-signing me to sponsor my parent. So what you need to do, just select unemployed, and in the box just write that at present you are raising the kids and your husband's income is good enough to support all family members and he is co-signing the application. So that's good enough. You can tell that why you are unemployed. That's only you need to write there and you will be good with that. Next question is, I am applying for my mom and I live in Quebec. Do you know if I have to apply first for CSQ certificate or at the same time? Do I have to complete the IMM 5768? So what you need to do is submit the application to IRCC first. Once you will get the confirmation from IRCC, you can apply for the CSQ certificate. For IMM 5768, Quebec residents do not need to submit IMM 5768. Next question is, I am on maternity right now. Is it going to affect my file? Maternity and parental leave or EI will count toward your income. It will not affect your file as long as you meet the income requirements for 2018, 19, 2020 and 2021 as well. Next question is, I have a question regarding making the names available in native language. Should we provide a letter of explanation or completely ignore that requirement? You do not have to write an explanation letter, but you can if you want. First write the names in native language in IMM 5669 because you can write there, and then for other forms write the letter that there is no option to write names in the native language in these forms. To write names in native language in IMM 5669, just go open the form and there is an option that you can need to write your full name in native language. So what you can do, I will show you an example. Like if I want to write my name is Jack Brown and want to write in Hindi. So what I will do, I will go in the translation on Google, just type my name here and I will get that in Hindi. I will copy it from here and paste in my form here. So that's how you can fill out the names in native language in IMM 5669. Next question is, if I am not adding a co-signer, do I have to fill in co-sign details on page 3? So I think so this person is talking about IMM 5768. Yes, you need to write your spouse's name in question 11 and information in question 15 on page 3. You do not need to complete page 4 if you do not have the cosigner. Just write not applicable there. That's it for today. There will be no video on this Friday because I will be answering all the questions regarding PGP directly in comment section, Instagram, email and Facebook. After all, the deadline is very close for people who need help. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe it and press the bell icon to get notification for new videos. If you like my videos, hit the like button. It gives me the energy to make more videos for you guys. See you in next video. Till then, stay positive, stay safe, stay connected. Thanks for watching this video.